I'm working on a decor piece for a friend right now. She is a big collector of Halloween projects, like decor items. So I've made this banner, and it's a Creative Cuts and More banner cut out of acrylic. And what I did is I embossed the edges with my Big Shot. So I gave it a spider web design, and it did a really great job with the acrylic. I was really impressed with how that worked. And each of the pennants have a letter, and it spells out happy, and then on the last one it says Hallows Eve. So I'm just going to show you a few little details. On a lot of these, what I did is I made these rosettes. These rosettes are the dies from Tim Holtz. So this is the one that has the two. I know that he carries another one that has just one, and it's larger, but I really like this because I can use it, intermingle with layouts and other things that I use. So generally, if I buy something, I love it if it has more than one use, or I can use it for more than one thing. So that's what I did, and I'm going to share a tip with these. When I did these, they cut out in a long strip, and it comes like this, and then you accordion fold them to go back into this design. And when you connect the two pieces, it makes the rosette. And then there's a small piece, which is the circle, and that's what you do to put on the top. So I put an aggressive adhesive on the back of those, but I found that when I came back maybe an hour later that they had popped open. So what I decided to do is use some liquid glass from Close to My Heart. That stuff is worth gold. I just love it. So what I did is I held the rosette, dropped a little spot inside, and then used the aggressive tape with the top again to hold it. And what I did is I did all of them and put them down on the table and put a heavy book on them and left them for an hour. When I came back, these things are not going to come apart ever again. So I was real thrilled with that. One of the other things I liked about my project is that I used up a lot of scrap ribbon pieces. I hate to throw anything away, so if I can use these pieces, I'm thrilled to death. I keep a bin on my desk, or it's actually a big, large jar. It looks kind of like a big cookie jar, and it holds lots of little bits of ribbon. So what I did is I tied several pieces in just different areas of the banner. One of the other things I did that I thought was really neat is I had this ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon. They're one of my favorite companies. I love to use their product. And they had this wide ribbon. I want to say it was probably 2 inches wide, and it reminded me of a spider web. So I just cut off pieces of it and glued it on here in different areas. I hope you can see this, the detail on this, because I did one on the bottom and one on the top here. And then one of the other last things I did was I used a bunch of products that I had bought last year. Company came out with many stickers and little decor pieces that they have, and I used like a cat, and I used some of the bats. So I think on this one I used a skeleton. All I did is I distressed them all with a distress ink from Tim Holtz and applied them all on here. So they're all over on the banner. So that's some quick little tips, excuse me. And I have one more thing I want to share. When I embossed on the edges here, I decided that I wanted it to look a little more grungy because it just looked too clean. So what I did is I used a paint, and it was like a whitewash paint, and I whitewashed it on the edge here, and then I sprinkled just a little bit of fine black glitter and just kind of worked it in with my fingers so it actually went into the little spots. I really like how it turned out. It gave it a little more detailing than what it had when it was clean. So hopefully you can see this. If you'd like to see more about this, I will be showing it on my blog. My blog is dawnscrafts.blogspot.com.